Oh my god.
Good morning, it's John and Jocelyn from JD's Kids, and right now we're in a place that took slightly more than a day to build. That's right, we're in Rome, Italy.
Over the next few days, we're going to be exploring the history, culture, and of course, the food. Oh my god.
I'm talking pizzas, pastas, pastries, and paninis. So creamy, so thick. And we're going to show you why Rome is one of the most popular travel destinations in the world. Let's go. Alright, it's our first night here in Rome, Italy, and we've come to a very special restaurant called Luciano's. And this place is really famous for one particular pasta. The chef here, Luciano himself, is known as the king of carbonara. And you'll see why carbonara is very, very special and different from the carbonara that you're used to at home. Let's go check it out. Alright, as I mentioned earlier, Luciano's is famous for the carbonara, which we've got right here. But first, we're going to start with this. This is called cacio e pepe, which literally means cheese and black pepper. And this is the basis for all four of the Roman pastas. This one is made with rigatoni, a crap ton of cheese. I think it's Parmigiano Reggiano, black pepper, pasta, and pasta water. That's it. And it makes this creamy sauce. So I'm gonna try this first. This is my first pasta in Italy, and it lives up to everything that I've heard. Perfectly al dente, it's got a chew, but not undercooked. The cheese is salty, it's funky. The sauce is so creamy, even though there's no cream. And you can taste the black pepper. It's a little bit spicy, a little bit smoky. Amazing. Put that away for now. Now for the star of the show. Basically, carbonara is cacio e pepe with the addition of two things. Firstly, eggs, which gives it a yellow color, and secondly, this. This is guanciale, which is preserved pork jowl on the cheek of the pork. Usually you'll see carbonara made with bacon, but there's no bacon here. Guanciale is not smoked, so it doesn't have a smoky flavor. The guanciale that they give is huge. We saw them frying like a mountain of guanciale in the kitchen. It looks amazing. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna eat the guanciale by itself. It just smells like pork, fried pork. It's like the pork lard that you get in Batory. Okay, here goes. Guanciale. What is that taste? The pork fat explodes in your mouth. It's not crispy, super salty, super porky, super fatty. But now I can't wait. Carbonara noodles. You can smell a bit of the guanciale in the noodles. Oh my god. The noodles is so al dente, so much bite. The guanciale taste has permeated the sauce. It's so creamy, so thick. So another thing about carbonara is that in most places, they always add cream. They don't add cream here. All the creaminess comes from the pasta water and like emulsion of the cheese, pecorino, and Parmigiano Reggiano together with the eggs. It's one of the best pastas I've ever had in my entire life. Oh, right. This carbonara is so special that you have to eat it with a special golden fork. As a loser who ordered cacio e pepe, I only got a silver fork. But super good, super delicious, and definitely a must try when you're here in Italy.
Good morning. It's another rainy day in Rome, and we got ourselves some breakfast. This is a typical Roman breakfast where you usually have some kind of sweet pastry and, of course, some coffee. This is my first cup of coffee in Rome, and I didn't want to take it too strong, so I got a macchiato instead of espresso. I think you're supposed to stir the foam in, based on my research. The foam is already so delicious. Oh, so strong. Wow. It's actually really good. I think I can definitely have 5 of these in one day. When we were searching around the place for breakfast, we found that all the suggested places were called bars. And that's because bar actually refers to any place that serves alcoholic drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, and food. I guess that's any other restaurant. When you enter the bar, you'll see that there's a glass case of assorted pastries and you can just choose what you want. They're actually very reasonably priced. I think one of these costs €1 each or something. So we got 2 to try. The first one, a pistachio cornetto. And apparently a cornetto refers to an Italian type of croissant, which is slightly sweeter, less butter, and more dense than a typical French croissant. Very similar to the ones that we had in Argentina. I forgot what those were called.
Media Luna.
Media Luna. I feel like I need to tear the middle so I can get the cream. Oh my god, look at this, it's already spilling out. Why is the cream so weirdly green? It's not great. Second try. This is the Nutella version. Nutella is Italian, right? So, got a little bit. You can't go wrong with Nutella. I think the pro move here is to grab some of the croissant and dip it in your coffee. I just saved the breakfast. What a great way to start the morning here in Rome, Italy.
So for breakfast number 2, we've come to a very famous sandwich restaurant called Antico. And they opened at 10:30 if I'm not wrong. We came 30 minutes earlier and there's already a line. Don't line at the wrong spot because they have multiple locations. So the line starts right at this church. They're famous for their giant sandwiches, so I'll see you when we get ours.
Yeah, this is born in Florence. The liver that you see inside is from Florence. The meat is so small.
What's the most popular thing on the
The
menu?
most popular we have the Paradiso,
Paradiso.
Tricolor, and Fabulosa.
Thank you so much.
We finally made it to the most popular sandwich shop in Rome. And we got the La Paradiso, which is recommended by the staff. Lead them to paradise.
Lead them to paradise.
This panini is so popular. It actually comes from Florence. All the ingredients come directly from Florence and the original outlet is in Firenze. So I don't know if we're gonna have another panini in Firenze. When you walk in, you see stacks of flatbread, like giant flatbread, and it looks so crispy. In the refrigerator shelves, they have many types of cream and toppings. He starts off by slicing up the flatbread. I don't know what bread is it. I think it's a focaccia. Slices the bread into serving sizes and then slices it into half. The bread is so fresh that it's steaming and so hot on the inside. He then slathers the bread with cream, and for us we got the pistachio cream and the stracciatella cheese. And after that, he tops it with a whole bunch of mortadella, and there you have a Roman sandwich, a Florence sandwich. I can already tell that the bread is going to be so crispy. It smells so good. I'm going to take the bite. Oh my god! This is touristy, but I can see why. Oh my god. This is the best sandwich I've had in my life. I'm not even exaggerating. The bread is so crisp at the bottom. It's flat, so you don't feel like it's a lot of bread. The inside is soft. The cream, I can taste the pistachio. I think the cheesy cream just adds like a layer of creaminess, and it pairs so well with the mortadella. The mortadella, I think it tastes like ham. There are bits of black pepper, you can see it. It's spotted with black peppercorns, and it adds a little like spicy note to the sandwich. But oh my god, it's so good. When I was queuing, I was like, oh, it's definitely going to be super underwhelming, but it's not. It's amazing and it's huge. For 12 euros, you get this size. I think it's definitely worth it. This is definitely a must-try panini when you're here in Rome/Firenze. Oh my god.
Okay, the temperature has just plummeted. It's freezing and we're sitting outside because the restaurant we're at is completely full. It's packed. It is so popular. So many people. So earlier in this video, we ate the carbonara and the cacio e pepe, which is the base for all of the Roman pastas. Tonight we have the third of the 4 Roman pastas, which is Amatriciana. Amatriciana is cacio e pepe with the addition of guanciale, which you have in the carbonara, but instead of eggs, they use tomato sauce. So it's tomato carbonara. They have these thicker spaghetti-like noodles called tonarelli, and it looks amazing. It's super red in color and piping hot, which is exactly what I need right now. So I'm going to give it a try. Oh, there's a lot of black pepper too. Oh, slightly spicy from the black pepper. The tomatoes and the pork flavor mixes together so well. It's incredible. The pasta, again, perfectly al dente. Get another bite with a piece of the guanciale. Completely different from the carbonara, even though the ingredients are very similar. Oh, I just bit into the guanciale. The porky flavor, when you eat one, explodes in your mouth. The pork flavor has permeated the entire dish. How is that possible? There must be so much fat. It's rendered out of the guanciale into the tomato sauce. What have we been eating before this? It's not pasta. This is pasta. Good morning. We're now at the world famous Trevi fountain here in Rome, Italy. It's 6 a.m. in the morning and...
It's slightly less crowded.
No, it's much less crowded.
At least we could make it all the way to the waterfront.
Yeah.
So recommended to come at 6 a.m. The water is flowing at 6 a.m. and they're lights.
And the police are here, so you know it's safe.
Okay, so the proper way is to take a coin in your right hand and then throw it over your left shoulder. It signifies 2 things. The first being that you'll come back to Rome, and the second for good fortune. I don't know the story behind it. I think it's just a way for the city to get money out of you.
Apparently, the Trevi fountain makes over $2 million a year. So we're contributing to that right now. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so another traditional breakfast in Italy and Rome are these 2 special pastries which we got here today. Pastry number 1. This is called La Bomba, which means a bomb. I suspect when I bite into it, it'll explode, but basically it looks like a sugar-coated donut. But nobody cares about that because what I've got here. Second pastry, something called a Maritozo or Maritozi. I think one is plural, one single, I'm not sure because I don't speak Italian. It feels very similar to the other pastries, a little bit more dense. It's hard, it's coated in sugar, but in the center, it's full of cream, whipped cream. It's almost like a cream bun. And this is a very traditional Roman breakfast for centuries, apparently. I'm going to give it a try. Not too sweet. The bread is definitely more dense, but the cream is so light, so flavorful. It's like a milk taste. You can taste the milk that the cream was made from. Oh, that's good. And to wash all of that down, cafe. Cheers.
The best part about Rome is that water is free. As you walk around the city of Rome, you'll find these hydrant-looking things that have a tap and there's normally free-flowing water. And apparently, the water is potable. course, when you're in Rome, you gotta get some gelato. And we found this random place near our Airbnb. We were so spoiled for choices in the gelato shop because they had like 100 flavors or something, including multiple variations of pistachio, which is my favorite. It comes with 2 flavors. We got crema di pistachio as well as crema di hazelnut. And there's an option to add cream. And I thought, why not? Let's just add additional calories. Which one should I try first? I'm gonna try the hazelnut flavor first. Oh my god. It's really thick, it's really creamy. I can taste some eggs. The hazelnut flavor, it tastes exactly like Ferrero Rocher. It's very, very good. And this is the flavor that I'm most excited about, the pistachio flavor, which is always my favorite flavor of ice cream, but it's very hard to find a good one in Singapore. See, the ice cream is so sticky, it's very thick. I think it's actually ice cream with less air. I'm gonna try this now. It's so good. We're in a touristy area, but this tastes so good already. The pistachio flavor is very strong. There's a strong like nuttiness to it and depth of flavor. It may have been roasted before that as well. It's just so delicious. Oh my god, if I had a cup of espresso right now, it would be perfect. So good.
Okay, so the rain has cancelled our walking tour, but that means more time for food. We've come to a restaurant called Mariuccia. I think that's how you pronounce it. And they specialize in pizzas, but the first thing that we ordered is this. This is called suppli, and it's stuffed fried risotto. You can see the cheese oozing out. The outside is crispy, and then like you can see the rice on the inside, which has some tomato sauce. And as a Neanderthal, I'll use my hands to eat this now. First of all, the cheese is super stringy. Outside is crispy. The rice is mushy, but like mixed together with the tomato sauce. Absolutely delicious. Item number 2. Ah, sorry.
Prego?
Grazie. Item number 2. This giant looking thing, which looks like a mega empanada, is actually pizza fritta, which is fried pizza. Basically, it's a calzone that's stuffed with like an incredible amount of cheese. It's so thick, the bread is like soft and supple, the cheese is oozing out. It just smells fried. I know in Italy you're supposed to eat pizza with a fork and knife, but... It's not just cheese in there, it's full of cream. I think it might be the ricotta cheese that has melted into a sauce. There's some like something else here, I don't know what this is. Ham? Hamon? That's a lump of pork fat, I think. Super deep in flavor. Yeah, I'm gonna eat like a proper human being now. Some cheese, some bread, some ham. Time for the ultimate bites. It's so unique. When you're in Rome, definitely try pizza fritta and suppli. Delicious. It's not breakfast anymore, so it's time for an espresso, or as it's known in Italy, coffee. Cheers. So it's very common for people to grab coffee after lunch, and coffee in Italy is not a sit-down affair. You always drink it at the bar, hence why the breakfast places are called bars. I just made it up, but it makes sense.
Okay, we're now here at this restaurant called Matricianella. The first dish that we got is fried Jewish artichokes. I'm gonna try it first. I don't know how to eat it, but I assume it's how you would normally eat an artichoke. You peel out the side, and there should be a little bit of flesh. The fried one strangely reminds me of cassava chips. The edges of the leaves are fried such that it's crispy and doesn't kill you while you're trying to eat it. Oh, actually it's pretty good. The next dish that we got is alice fritte, which is fried anchovies. These anchovies are like mega sized, and it's the first time we're trying anchovies here in Italy as well. They're supposed to be quite a core ingredient. Oh, actually this is really good. It's not as salty as you would expect. It's meaty. It just tastes like fried mini fish, and you can eat the whole thing because the bones are so tiny. We're off to a good start.
Here we have the next more important dish for dinner, which is trippa alla romana, which means tripe in Roman style. You didn't know we are going to eat innards while you're in Italy. It's covered in a thick red tomato sauce, topped with flakes of cheese, and I think there's a little bit of meat too. Here it goes. I'm going to try some of the tripe with the tomato sauce. Looks jiggly. The tomato sauce is incredible. Slightly tart, very salty. The cheese has been mixed in, full of umami flavor. The tripe is almost like a pasta, if you can believe that. It's like slightly chewy. It's not tough at all. Like when you eat tripe in Asia, it's like sometimes a bit chewy, but it's so soft. Like I could almost cut it. I can cut it with a fork. That's how soft it is. So next bite, I'm gonna try with some cheese. Cheese in Italy is always super salty, extremely funky, but pairs so well with the delicious tomato sauce. This is not something that you get at your Olive Garden in the US. Super delicious. Oh, it's also slightly spicy. I think it's from the black pepper. I see a little bit of black pepper in there. Extremely delicious, full of umami flavor, and something that you should definitely try while here in Rome.
When you're in Italy, you gotta have some grappa. Grappa is a very concentrated alcohol made from grapes, kind of like pisco. It's basically distilled wine but concentrated. The smell is very, very floral, very sweet. It's like smelling rubbing alcohol. It's actually pretty smooth, considering the high alcohol percentage. They actually gave us a lot. I'm not gonna be able to finish the whole thing. I think grappa in Singapore is very expensive, and here it costs about €7. And apparently it helps you to digest your food because the alcohol is so high, it just burns through all the food. And that's how the Italians stay so skinny. Ting ting.
Final night in Rome, final meal, and the final Roman pasta. Pasta alla Gricia, which is cacio e pepe with guanciale, or carbonara without eggs. All the Roman pastas are very similar, just a different mix of the same ingredients. We've come to a random restaurant, it's really late, and for some reason my pasta has come in a frying pan. I got it. This restaurant is just a random place that we came to, so I'm gonna give it a try. Pasta alla Gricia. Alla Gricia. Gricia? Gricia. Gricia. Don't come to random restaurants nearby popular tourist destinations because it's not very good. This is terrible.
Really?
It's not al dente. There is no guanciale taste. Not salty enough. It's completely dry. There's no sauce. Anyways, there's Margherita Pizza.
Pizza originally came from Naples, and the traditional Napolitana is made up of tomatoes, mozzarella, and anchovies. When the Queen of Italy was visiting, they thought that the anchovies would be too strong for her. So they replaced it with basil because this makes up the flag of Italy. The red comes from the tomatoes, the white comes from the mozzarella, and the green comes from the basil. Queen of Pizza, Queen Margherita.
That's so staged.
Pretty good.
And that's the end of this food tour here in Rome. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy our content, like the content for us, amazing places like this, please remember to like and subscribe. If you have any comments, we'd love to hear from you in the comment box down below. Thank you guys and see you on the next video. Woo! Right now we're in a place where all the roads lead to the beautiful and historic city of, we're in a place that took slightly more than a day to build. That's why Lucian.
This makes up the
Soft and suppli. It just choked on some suppli. Can't remember the name. I took a picture but I don't want to take my phone right now. Because wait, it kind of looks like a gardenia hot dog bun. Okay, I don't know why I smelled the microphone.
truffle lessons from a truffle expert. Truffle expert.
2, 3, go.
Ridiculous.
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 Say the words, lead them to paradise. Just say it.
Lead them to paradise.
Say, are you not entertained?
I'm gonna show you why Rome is nicknamed the eternal city of the world. I'm gonna show you why Rome is called the living history of the world.